the gift of God. You struggle with that? What? Rising controversy. Find another content creator like this. What's up, church family? Welcome back to the Revivalists for Christ channel. I'm your host, Jordan, and we are back with a Friday night live stream, which we have not had for a second. I have been very much trying to figure out this whole work-life balance thing, guys, and I've been very tuckered out, but I'm super excited to be here tonight. I have a lot that I want to get caught up on and see how everybody's been doing. I want to pull up the chat here so I can see who has tuned in. But yeah, guys, we are about 3 weeks into the new comp, which has been going good. It's just been hard, which I knew it would be. This is the whole reason I was like trying to avoid going back into the workforce, because I knew it would be hard to balance with YouTube. But it is all in God's timing, and He will get us there. I have plans for how I plan on recording. It's just when I get out of work, I am so drained sometimes. So it's like trying to get the energy to then film and all that. It's like, but yeah, super blessed, super excited. I have a lot of exciting plans going in, and yeah, I was just trying to pull up my chat. It's been so long since I've done this, apparently. But I hope you guys had the chance to check out Ladies' Night on Sunday. I feel like that was a very good conversation. I think that it was a lot of fun. I would really like to hear what you guys would want us to talk about in the future. It sounds like what the ladies are likely going to talk about next time is the idea of why there aren't many female content creators in the age bracket discussed from like that early 20s to mid to late 20s. Also kind of discerning social media influencers that come in the name of Christianity who are somewhat not holding true to Christian doctrines. So I see Lisa, and I see Maria, and Ray Ray, and Sunny, and Tove, and Rachel. Oh, so good to see everybody. If you guys can let me know that you can see and hear me all right, that nothing's breaking up. But guys, I'm so excited. Okay, so I have to tell you this. Okay, so, so okay, let me think of the timeline of how this happened. It was last Tuesday. All my days are blending together. Oh my goodness. But I think it was last Tuesday. My niece and nephew came over. And this is just how you know it's God. Like, because there was a reason why I had to like be downstairs, but also I had the stream later that night with Aiden. And so I was prepping for the stream at the same time hanging out with the family, and my niece just asked like what I was doing, and I just told her I was like writing down Bible verses, and then she just started asking all these questions about God and Jesus and the Bible, and it was just so amazing. If you guys haven't seen my community post, I'll try to pull it up here. It's so cute. She all of a sudden just got this huge enthrallment for God, which was amazing to see. And I figured, being that she did not have a Bible, I wanted to get her very first one. And I thought, like, okay, well, I can't just get her one and not her brother. So I got her brother one too. And then I was like, okay, well, I can't just get her one and her brother, not the rest of the family. So I got the rest of the family. And I just want to show you guys kind of what I got because I thought it was pretty cute. Now, I know I'm going to get some flack for this, and hear me out. I would encourage anyone to go listen to my previous conversations on the topic. I think we would agree, a lot of us, that a lot of these modern translations have problems. And I don't gloss over that being a significant issue at all. But at the same time, I do have to acknowledge, putting a KJV in front of the eyes of some people, they are lost at times, and that's fair. Like, it's a older translation. So the translation I got them, which I feel would be easier for them to read, I got them the ESV, and you guys know I have problems with the ESV, but it's just kind of like, I'm going to be there to answer their questions, and I think it's going to be the most accurate word for word that's going to be easier for them to understand, being that they have not really dived into the Bible deep for themselves. So, and I wanted them all as a family to be able to have the same Bible version as well. So, I got my brother and his girlfriend, which isn't the kid's mother, but she is a huge factor in their life. She's come into our family. She's been a very amazing presence in our family. So she has been in here. So they both got one. I also got them, I'm trying to find this. I also got them a book, because I'm not always here. And guys, I'm really impressed with this book. I want to go and find this author and see if they'll come on. I don't endorse every answer because I haven't read every answer, but everything I've read so far gives me no reason to doubt that this is an amazing resource. So I wanted my brother and his girlfriend to be equipped to answer the kids' questions if they indeed had them. And I found a book on Amazon. I'll link these for you guys below. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Where is it? So this one right here, it's a nice little book, and it's just basically questions that kids have when it comes to God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the Bible. Let me show you some examples. Does God have a body? And then, like, after all the questions about God, there's questions about Jesus, then questions about the Holy Spirit. Guys, I was amazed when I saw this question: can the Holy Spirit leave us? And it gave such an amazing answer, endorsing the doctrine of eternal security. So it's 82 questions. I don't want to say I agree with everything in this book again until I read everything, but it seems to have really solid answers for a lot of questions. And I think it's definitely something that parents can use if they are struggling to answer questions or they just want to give it to their kids. So for those who are tuning in live, I will put it in the chat. I will also put it in the description. So I got that. Let me go find another one. I want to show you guys the Bible that I got my niece that she really loved. It was so cute watching them with these Bibles, honestly. It's just so adorable. But this was the niece I got for or this is the niece I got for this is the Bible I got for my niece. I thought it was very much something that would catch her eye, and that's the thing. Like, I just remember as a kid being very visual with my Bibles, and so I think having a visual Bible can be good because it keeps them coming back to the Bible, even if it is just to look at some of the like footnotes right here, like memory verses. But there's also like devotion plans in there. There are all these, excuse me, there's all these little art things that you can color too, which definitely is up my niece's alley. And then just index. It was so amazing having the chance to explain just how important the Bible was to them, like being able to have a real conversation with kids and be able to be like, you know, it's a privilege that you get to hold this book because there were so many people who died for you to even have the capability to hold this book. So you should definitely cherish it. And it was really amazing to have that conversation with them. So I think it was a cute little Bible for a little girl who is still learning to read and very visual, and she really loves it. So that's good. I'll show you the one I got for my nephew, who's even younger. And he had some, he had questions himself, and it was really cool seeing his answers to certain things, and he had a lot of knowledge about the cross and things like that. Now my nephew is very much like a boy. Like, he's like Nerf guns and all that. So I got him this. See, for me, it was a matter of like trying to find what would I think would get them to go back to the Bible more and more. So knowing my nephew, I got him this. This one right here is the Action Bible. And it still has the Bible in it, but there's like all these little activities, questions, all that. There's also bits in here like really like the parts of Bible that are like well-known accounts. I've not seen any images of it, but they're kind of like set up like comic book strips. The one that I looked at with him was when Jesus was walking on the water and called for Peter to come out. There was like a little comic strip of that. So that was cool. Got them that. And I also got my brother and his girlfriend and my mom Lucas Kitchen's book about eternal life, because I felt like that was a pretty good book on driving home the simplicity of the gospel, because they are very overwhelmed when it comes to the gospel or the Bible. And so they're kind of like, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what half of it means. So I told everyone in the family to start reading John. And I told my niece and nephew, whatever they read, let me know, and I will let my viewers know how far they are in their Bible reading. So I think my nephew has read 5 chapters so far. So when they are here again on Tuesday, I believe, it'll be we'll have an update. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I'm super excited, but definitely. And there's also these right here. I got everybody these. I love these guys. They're like special pens and highlighters that are specific for like Bible pages, because you know how Bible pages are like so thin. So like when you highlight, it can bleed through. These don't do that. So I got them those. And then I also got myself a pack because I love it. So that has been really, really exciting to see. It's always great watching kids be able to learn. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best with kids, but to see God even in that moment kind of like give me the capability to speak with a child and have like the patience that's required to answer a child's question was really awesome to see. So I'm very grateful to be able to have that moment. And I just pray that you guys will continue to pray for them as they all study. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see where the journey takes them. I also sent my brother's girlfriend a link to Superbook because I think that's an amazing cartoon. Throwback to what conversation was it? Jason from Above Reproach Ministry, when he was on, him and I were just like, we love Superbook. So, but guys, oh my goodness, like now that I have a job, I feel like my library in a matter of weeks has quadrupled because now I'm like living on Amazon, buying every book that I ever wanted. It's kind of like I have a lot of books that I'm buying for the series that are coming up. So that actually, this is kind of what I want to spend a little bit talking about tonight. This is by far not all of them. These are just the ones that are closest to me. So I'm doing a lot of work on, this is the show that I haven't been slacking. I've been doing my own work. I just need time to film and edit my videos. But I've been really excited to do my series defending the deity of Jesus. So I've gotten so many books on that. This is one right here. Putting Jesus in his place. It seems like a very good resource. I haven't read it yet, so I'm not endorsing it one way or another, but it's a whole case for the deity of Christ. So that's one book. Is Jesus God is another one. Oh gosh, I gotta figure out something to do with this light. Anyway, Is Jesus God is another one. It's another biblical case for the deity of Christ. That's where I'm really starting at. Instead of tackling the Godhead as a whole, the first thing that I'm really trying to defend, improve, is the deity of Christ according to Scripture. And then I'm also doing a lot with church history. So I actually have a couple of church history books that I've gotten. This one, The Early Church from Ignatius to Augustine, 5 Minutes in Church History. This one I was reading on my way to work today because I'm doing that whole Mormon series. Don't judge me from the author. Don't judge me from the author. We're reading it for the book. Let's see here. Where is it? Just unzipping my... Is the Mormon my brother? I got my highlighter. Is the Mormon my brother? By James White. And then like I just have a thing where when I go to work, I just like buying brand new Bibles. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, I like I said, my library has quadrupled in a very short amount of time. But I'm curious, guys, because the Mormon series, I'm going to be putting those out Monday. And for a while, probably at least a year, maybe even going over a year, I want to do Mormon apologetics. And so, my question, if you can let me know in the chat, um, if you guys want to see, so I have 7. When I first wanted to go on this Mormon apologetics adventure, if you will, I wanted to sit down and interview Mormons, and they knew what my intent was. They knew where I stood. It was very well communicated. And we had 7 meetings before that went south real fast. They ended up like, it was crazy. They literally, because what happened was in the final meeting, which wasn't supposed to be the final meeting, it just happened to be that way because they refused to meet with me after that. I used the Book of Mormon to disprove their own theology, and they started freaking out. It was crazy. So anyway, I have 7 conversations that are recorded, and I use them to reference like the Mormon stuff. Like I said, they knew we were doing what my intent was and all that, so it's nothing like convoluted, secretive, or anything. My question to you guys is if you wanted to hear those conversations just to kind of hear how I handle apologetics live and in the moment. So I would be rolling those out for the next 7 Mondays. So this Monday you would hear my first, well, hopefully this Monday, I don't want to commit, but I want to have it out this Monday. But it would be my first conversation with them. And then each week I'd be giving my commentary on the conversation. So let me know if that is something you guys would want to see, or if you would just rather me go right into the Mormon apologetics thing. I think where I want to start with, if I were to just start right at Mormonism, I'm thinking one of the things that I really want to start with, because it's like you have to understand so much to understand the basis of Mormon beliefs, but I'm thinking the big thing that I want to talk about is their ideas of exaltation, and the role that eternal marriage plays in exaltation. So I'm thinking that's where I'll probably start. So you guys let me know, would you rather see me just hop right into that, or would you rather me have this 7 weeks where you guys hear my conversations with Mormons and then go into that? Also, if there's anything that you guys want to hear me discuss or want a video on any of those Mondays, let me know. I'd be happy to do a video on it. I want to create a one-stop shop for Mormon apologetics for people to be able to use. I think I saw some other people hop in the chat. Oh, Mia, welcome. And Melanie, so good to see you. So good to see you. Adam. Riker! Yes, I have a Bible buying it. Literally just like right here. It's yeah. I'm a person, like, let's see here. Let me see how many Bibles I have on my wish list. It's because of like the study notes and stuff. Like, I'm just curious. Like, I have quite a few, honestly. I think there's like a men's study Bible that I was looking at. The Orthodox study Bible, I was looking at that. Some of these are just giant text because I didn't realize how bad my eyes were getting. So it's like same Bibles, just bigger text. There's some more Mormon books that I have yet to purchase that are on my list to purchase. I have Sharing the Good News with Mormons, Practical Strategies, and then Answering Mormons' Questions. So those both are on my wish list, along with a couple of other church history books. So yeah. Oh, this one right here. This is what I'm getting, guys. I am getting, because the Book of Mormon has changed so much, despite what they say. So I'm actually, it's a little bit of money, but I feel like it's so necessary. Buying a replica of the 1830 Book of Mormon. So this is originally what the Book of Mormon said before all the changes were made. So I'm getting that for my bookshelf for sure, because I want to be able to point out to Mormons, this was your book. What do you mean there were no changes made? So that I will be adding to the shelf. But all right. So if you guys can just let me know what you were thinking about that. But then Tuesday is going to be the day that I do a lot more church history endeavors, because that has been a prominent question. And in addition to that, I'm going to be kind of alternating. Well, I'm going to knock a few things out with church history at first. I'm going to kind of dive into some misconceptions of church history. I'm also going to talk about doctrines that were believed by figures in church history that are clear heresy. So it's like, why do we put so much stock into these religious figures in the early church, as if because they were closer to the apostles, they couldn't make mistakes? For an example in that video will be the teaching that was in the early church. Not everyone, but this is somebody who has been referenced as an early church figure for teaching that Satan can be redeemed. So that is going to be something that we talk about, all the crazy doctrines that were present in the early church, and why just because somebody was closer to the apostles doesn't mean they had it all right. So in addition to that, we'll also be talking about baptism. There will be an overlap there for a minute between Mondays and Tuesdays with Mormon and baptismal regeneration, because I'm going to be doing a conversation on baptism for the dead, which is completely taken out of context from 1 Corinthians 15. So we're going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about things like faith alone in church history, eternal security in church history, scriptural authority in church history, all those sort of things. But then it's going to kind of turn into an alternation between baptism and the early church. And then also on Tuesdays, once I get going again, that is when I will be having my live streams with my guests also. So it'll be a 2-for-1. And I'm also going to be doing timelines. I'm going to be talking about histories. One of the books that I bought is a huge book of church history, and it's a book of charts. It's over there. I'm not going to get up and get it because lazy. But yeah, it's over there. It's pretty cool. So just a lot of fun things to talk about, because I think church history is a stumbling stone for so many people, and it doesn't have to be. I think there's an importance in understanding church history, but not taking it to the extreme that Roman Catholics have, where church history is this infallible source of theological wisdom. And so then on Wednesdays, what is Wednesdays? In case you guys haven't figured out, I'm trying to shoot for having videos released every single day while having a full-time job. Anyway, people are like, Jordan, you do it to yourself. It's like, thank you, Dr. Phil. I know. Okay. So, Wednesdays is no, that's Thursdays. Thursdays is going to be the day that I'm defending the deity of Christ. What is Wednesday? And Thursday is also going to be, oh, hello. Thursday is also going to be the day that there would be the second guest for the week, followed by Friday with the Friday night live streams. I'm not sure if that's going to change or not. I probably not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think once I start to establish once I get the hang of this work-life balance thing, I think it will be easier, because honestly, like, I'm kind of burnt out on this end, but I'm also kind of burnt out on the work end. I've made two really big mistakes at work that just, like, one of them I made today because I was so focused on getting home to do this stream, and it was a bad mistake. I don't know what I can say and what I can't say, but it was a bad mistake, and I know I'm gonna hear about it tomorrow. So, prayers, prayers, prayers. So, I'm kind of like, I'm trying to be 100% in both areas, and that's just it's not working. So, with that said, anybody who's interested in helping with Revivalists for Christ, I would appreciate any help that you are willing to give, to just keep this ministry going, I don't want it to slow down just because I have a job right now. I feel like this ministry has made great strides. So I don't want to see that slow down because of a job. So, but meanwhile, at that job, this is something else I'll tell you guys about. I've had so many opportunities, and this is this is God, because this is a very corporate business. Like, you guys know, you talk about Jesus in a corporate environment, you're going to HR. Well, the way I look at it, and I know people aren't going to be happy to hear this, but it is what it is. I can always get another job. I might never have the opportunity to preach the gospel. So, just about every single day, I've been able to have a substantial conversation about Christianity, Jesus, actually saying the name Jesus in the workplace, God, the Bible. I had a full-fledged conversation with my boss and coworker about the atonement of Christ. Like, that's amazing. And one of the things which you would be like, oh yeah, that you're going to HR, you lost your job kind of thing, is and I said it in a loving way, and I flat out said, I'm telling you this because I want you to know what a loving relationship with Christ is like. But I flat out told her that she was in a cult. And those are the things that when you speak them in a work environment, they're going to, but I don't care. I'm called to something more than my banking position. I'm very blessed and grateful for what God has given me, but that's 40 hours a week. I can't be silenced for 40 hours a week from talking about God. I can't. So I'm talking about it a lot. I'm talking about him a lot at work, and just a lot of amazing conversations, honestly. Um, my nose is a little stuffy. I had to walk to work yesterday in the rain. So I like got there. I was soaked. So I like tried to like fight back some of the stuffy congestion. So I apologize if I sound like I'm going through a tunnel sometime. But so yeah, that's been amazing. Going back to what Wednesday was all about. Why can't I think of what Wednesday was about? I have a whole Excel spreadsheet of content that I want to make. But anyway, so while I'm pulling that up, Fridays is going to be answering some of the more, because there's just times where it's like, just need to talk about something. Because like, there's certain teachings going around or anything. So that's kind of like my miscellaneous day that's going to let me talk about a lot of things. And then Saturday, I'm going to devote to twisted scriptures, because I can't stop doing that. Romans, I'm going to be tackling the book of Romans on Sundays. So Just so much I want to do this year, guys. And then Sundays also, we're doing a lot of takeovers this year. You saw the first one with Women's Night. I plan on doing other things like that. I'm planning on bringing on married couples once a month to take over the channel. Just there's so many things. I don't want to speak too much and get people excited and then have something not plan out. But as of right now, in 11 days, I think Jason Camacho and Renee Rowland are basically set to come on the channel together at the same time. And we are going to be doing another conversation about types and shadows. So I'm very excited about that. And I am talking with others about some collabs and all that. And basically bringing together previous guests with a specialty in mind. I know what Wednesday is. Like the whole I'm so sorry. There I am. My reaction videos, like what I can't give those up, obviously. So yeah, I'm super excited. And so if there is anything that you guys are like, okay, you're gonna be talking about this, can you talk about this while you're talking about that? That's really the thing is, like, when I look at the broad spectrum of things I want to touch on, it's like I feel like I could just be picking out of everything. So it was very important for me this year to get super organized and tackle things that I absolutely need to, like, what I feel are going to be long-term effects. So tackling the deity of Christ, that's going to help me whenever. So it's going to help me this year when I'm going through Mormonism, but it's also going to help me when I take the time to tackle Jehovah's Witness. When it's going to help me when I take time to tackle Islam. So it's like I won't have to retouch on all of that. I will just send people who have questions about that over to this playlist. Same with baptismal regeneration, same with church history. So it's basically setting up an archive of overlapping doctrines that I see abused commonly in cultic movements as well as false religions. And I really want to start by tackling Mormonism head on and also tackling aspects of Eastern Orthodoxy and Roman Catholicism as we're touching on church history and all that. I think when it comes to Roman Catholicism and Eastern Orthodoxy, I think there is just so much there that has to be refuted. Like, I think it boils down. You can refute the whole system just by defending scriptural authority and showing Peter and the papacy to be false, in what they have come to call apostolic succession. So you can cut it off there. But when you get into the nitty gritty of like, oh, the early church says this, they hide behind a lot of vague statements. So I want to dive into those vague statements. And it's probably going to be an ongoing thing with the channel. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be one thing that I can just wrap up in 1 year like I could with Mormons, because it is something that has looked so different throughout time. And Mormonism has been like this too, but Mormonism has only been on the face of the earth since the 1800s, so there's less history to tackle there, whereas I'm trying to tackle several years of history, then going into pagan history that made its way into Roman Catholicism. And yeah, there's a lot there as far as the intricacies. And so not everybody is worried about the intricacies, and some of them can simply be convinced that if you teach them, if you can defend scripture alone, bam, basically done, because you're not going to read the Bible and come away with Roman Catholic doctrines. But that will be fun. As far as some of the videos that I have coming up to react to, well, I have videos, but as far as some of the teachers I'm reacting to, coming up in the next month, I am going to be reacting to uh Reverend, I'm not even going to refer to him as that, Brendan from TikTok, Stephen Furtick, John Piper, Alan Parr. Those four. So those are the ones that are going to be rolling out, along with some reaction videos in addition to that. So it's kind of like an alternation between talking about false teachers and also concerning teachers. I'm not going to say every teacher we're talking about is a false teacher, but concerning teachings, as well as reacting to videos, which we've always done over here on this channel. Oh, hi, Maria. I didn't mean to show your comment. Oh, hi, Sunny. I don't know why I'm accidentally showing everyone's comments. But Nicholas, welcome to the chat. I see your prayer request. Absolutely. So yeah, main thing that I want to do for, oh my goodness, I keep accidentally, I'm rusty, y'all. I'm rusty. Hi, Mia. Main thing I want to do was hop into the chat tonight to let you guys know, yes, I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I'm just trying to figure it all out. Like literally as soon as camera's off, I'm like going right to bed. Right to bed. Because I got to be up at, so I work at 9:30 tomorrow, and I normally get up at 7 because I have to get ready, and then I have to walk to the bus stop, which is about 30 minutes from my house, and then I have to take like a 30-minute bus ride to work. But I might have to wake up earlier than that because there's no bus tomorrow. So I think I have to walk to work. So I probably should get my sleep. But I wanted to give you guys that update and also let you guys know what the plans are. Also, just put that out there again if anybody is interested in helping this ministry in any way, as far as time, volunteering time, and helping with the workload in any way that you feel called. I would greatly appreciate it. If you can't and it's not in the cards right now, that is perfectly okay. I do appreciate, and actually let me go ahead and just put this up right now. Oh, JK, where is it? Because the last couple going into 2023, I wasn't able. I'm so bad at this. I wasn't able to do the updated one, so I want to definitely make sure I give a shout out and thank you to my patrons. There they are. I'm definitely, the Patreon money is definitely going to be used to be able to help with multitasking purposes. So I'm probably going to use like one of those sites like Upwork or Fiverr to like, hey, will you make my thumbnails for this week for X amount of money and that sort of thing. And eventually one day we'll be able to afford a video editor, but we're not there yet. So we will still have to edit videos, but I'm thinking about trying to make Sunday my video editing day. We'll get it worked out. I just pray that you guys will continue to pray for me and help me figure out the best way to work full time and still be able to put out videos like I want to. Ideally, I'm insane. I want to put out a video every single day. I want to be able to host 3 live streams a week. And then I want to be able to put shorts out there too. I just gave myself a headache. All right. But Ciao. Welcome, Ciao. Oh man, I appreciate that, Chow. I will definitely reach out to you. Um, but yeah, guys, there is so much that I'm super excited to hop in for, and I'm just grateful that you guys have bared with me in this adjustment period. Um, it's only been like 3 weeks. Let's see here. I think 3 weeks. So I'm still learning how to do my entire time being on YouTube. Yeah, I had a full-time job a couple months ago, but it allowed me to do YouTube full-time. If you guys are familiar with that situation. This one, not so much. So I got to get much more creative, but it's providing me with a great source of income that is allowing me to make purchases that I otherwise was not able to afford a couple months ago outside of your guys' generous donations. Of course, like I've been able to purchase a lot of really great books and resources with the donations, and I do appreciate that. But having my own paycheck that pays in the way it does right now has made it possible to buy books even more frequently, which I love because I feel like that part at least is escalated instead of having to like buy 1 or 2 books a week. I can now buy like 4 or 5 a week. And having that longer transit and stuff gives me the capability to be able to study while I'm commuting and all that. So I would say that it's been a great, I would say resource wise, it has been an amazing adjustment. And so that I'm very grateful for. And I think you guys are going to see the plethora of information be important to this channel. Thanks to being able to purchase some of these study books and all that. And of course, the Holy Spirit's always our teacher. So just continuing to pray for him or pray with him. And that's been amazing too, because having really time where it's nothing but God and I, like when I'm walking to the bus stop in the morning and stuff like that, like to just be able to pray and just, it like I like to be in prayer all day, but there is something about being able to have like 30 minutes first thing in the morning to just be talking with God and letting him know what's on your heart, letting him know your concerns, letting him know what you're hoping to see, looking for moments to serve. That has been amazing. Being called in the littlest ways. Um, guys, it's been amazing, and that's the one thing I do not want to lose this fire like I did before, but I think I'm much more spiritually mature than I was before. What happened, I was saved when I was 16 and started working when I was 17, and being under stress at work and all that, and kind of like I got flustered very easily. Now it's much easier for me to keep my patience, keep my calm, not take things serious to the point where it's like everything's a life or death situation. Um, and I'm also not listening to a bunch of teachers that tell me if I'm having a bad day at work, that's a proof that I'm not one of the elect. So there's a lot less weighing on me theologically, and I think that's given me a lot more freedom to exercise my faith more confidently. And instead of looking at myself as the make or break for someone's faith, that if I'm not perfect somebody can't come to God, where I did believe that before, I think anybody who does believe in these more self-righteous views of religion of any sort, they kind of do view themselves as the path to heaven, whether they will say that or not. It's no one's going to say that, but ultimately you do take on the responsibility that if you slip up and you make a mistake in the moment or you react a certain way, you think you somehow that is the only chance that someone could come to God. And we don't sit there and act a fool. We are called to be images of God, but life can be crazy, especially when you have people coming up and screaming in your face. And I can say, despite the irate people I've gotten, I haven't really broke in any way, and I haven't lost my peace, and I definitely praise God for that, because had this been 10 years ago, I feel like my whole day would be ruined if I had an irate person. It's just kind of silly. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited. God is so good. I do pray that you guys will pray for me, because like I said, tomorrow, made a big mistake at work today. I'm gonna feel that tomorrow, but my boss is very much for me, not against me. And I feel that every day I go to work. So he's not looking for a reason to reprimand me, but it was a big mistake. And it is a mistake that I have to take accountability for. It's just a mistake that I don't want to affect job performance. So it's nothing that's unrepairable. I made the steps to fix it tomorrow morning. It's just something that's not going to look good in the paperwork tonight, and our branch will get an email about it. But mistakes happen. I'm only human, but I do have to figure out a way to stay very focused at work, which is really hard, because when I'm at work, I'm constantly thinking about YouTube, and that's not a bad thing, because this is the most important thing to me right now. Like, my relationship with God is the most important thing, and then being able to be a minister, like, my banking position isn't going to do anything. Well, I'm not going to say it can't be used for eternal gain, because obviously he's using me there too. And honestly, let's just say I feel like he's using me. I don't want to say too much, because internet's crazy and things can happen. So, but guys, I'm not gonna stay on too late tonight, because again, I do have to wake up early tomorrow, and we'll figure out this Friday live stream how I'll be able to go later. And right now, I'm trying to not fight, but get with my boss. I'm guaranteed to have every Sunday off. What my goal is, and this is what I pray that you guys will help me with, or what, let's just pray together that this will be a reality. What I would like to have happen right now, I work Sunday, or I'm off Sunday, and then I work Monday 9:30 to 6:30, and there's there's like there's no like clock out, sit down, have lunch. I'm working all day. Because first of all, if I'm out of the house, I'm going to be on the clock, period. End of story. So I don't take lunch breaks, but I eat. Like, I'll take a minute here or there to like bite into something. So, but I don't take a lunch break. So that's 9 hours straight. Then Tuesdays right now are my days off. Wednesday are my short days, so I go in at 9:30 and I leave at 3:30. Thursday, I work 9:30 to 6:30. Friday, 9:30 to 6:30. Saturday, I work 9:30 to 4:30. So what I'm hoping to have is, obviously I'll have Sunday off. I'm hoping to have Thursday off. I was okay with having Tuesday off, because honestly, Tuesday and Thursdays are my streaming days. Cool with that. Having Thursday off gives me from 3:30 p.m. Wednesday, all Thursday off. It's a much larger time that I'm not at the branch, and that larger time will give me more capacity to be able to film and edit. Whereas it's like a start here, stop here, start here, stop here, and that's not the most productive. It's much easier to have all your energy. Like, here's the thing. It would be much easier to have 8 hours of energy versus 2 hours of work each day where you have like no energy and it's just like I'm just doing what I can until I fall asleep. If I can give 8 hours of devoted, unstopped energy, that would be great. And so, given that I get off a little bit early Saturdays as well, and then have Sunday off, that's 2 times a week that I can get that sort of larger gap of time off and be able to use that more productively. So, that's what I'm hoping for. I pray that you guys will pray for me in that regard. And then also just pray for all the situations that God has trusted me with. There's a lot I can see the calling at work where God wants me to speak to. And it's, guys, like, it takes courage. Like, I'm not saying like I'm courageous, but I need prayer because like literally my first week there, new kid on the block, somebody came in and they were talking crap about conservative Christians is how they, and so I basically did a whole spiel about how I don't think that's fair. Again, not because I'm gonna defend my faith, like, and I was just like, I'm conservative and I'm a Christian. And when I think of what it means to be a conservative, I'm trying to conserve those Christian values. And when I think of what Christian values is, it is exhibiting love in a biblical way. So I get it. If somebody is spewing hatred and all that, then I can see the animosity that comes towards those who label themselves as conservative Christians. But as far as somebody who is conserving Christian values and actually applying those Christian values into their life for the goal of serving their neighbor, loving their neighbor, I don't think that's very fair. And I've said things that would be controversial or cancel worthy in the workplace, but at the end of the day, God's been great in all of it. Um, all the conversations have always gone very well. You kind of see like a, huh, I didn't think of it that way, or that's interesting. Like this isn't what I've been told. So being able to see God as a God of love rather than this hateful, spiteful being that the world has made him out to be, it's been good. But I know that I'm in a corporate territory and talking on things, especially in a woke world. These are, I know, like uh, all the advice in the world would tell me not to say some of the things I do at work, but I'm not here to listen to advice from the world. I don't know. I can't. I don't know if this person's gonna leave work, go get in a car accident, and that I had that chance. I can't be afraid of. So basically, I'm just praying that you guys will be here to pray for me each day as I enter the workplace. That way, I can be able to continue to stand for truth, but stand for it in a way that is loving and doesn't have people quick to be on the defense. So, yeah. But all right, guys. So let's see here. I think my chat froze. I don't even don't know what happened to my chat, but I'm so grateful that you guys tuned in. I really appreciate it. I really do. I the thing is, I don't want you guys to think that's like my biggest fear, and I shouldn't be afraid because I mean, fear is not of the Lord, fear is not of faith. I just have a fear that you guys will think that I forgot about this ministry or forgot about you guys. And I definitely haven't. I'm just trying to figure it all out. And so just continue to pray. We will get there. We will get there. But everything I'm doing right now is with the sole intent to continue to do ministry full time. And I'm thinking all day, every day of ways to make this happen. So I do greatly appreciate it. And I will continue to be here for anyone who needs me. Ministry first, job second. And this is my calling, but it is a little bit harder to keep up with emails in the comments section and all that. And I'm sure you guys have seen that, especially if you frequent the channel. But it is my goal to get back to where I was. It's just a matter of this adjustment period. But I do absolutely love each and every one of you. I thank you for your continued prayers and support and everything. And I definitely look forward to what we're going to be doing this year. This past week, we didn't do any streams, which it just kind of shows how busy I've been, because we've been at least doing 2 streams every week. But we have some streams planned that are coming up, and also some really good guests that are coming up that haven't been scheduled yet. But I'm excited for some of these guests. I'm not going to make the mistake of saying it and then having them bail, but let me tell you guys. Let me tell you. I'm excited. I'm excited. But yeah, I'm kind of tired, so I'll just keep rambling, and I'll say that it's called the Pennsylvania goodbye. It's like you say goodbye like 20 times before you actually really do goodbye. Anyone from Pennsylvania will know what I'm talking about. You say goodbye like at the dinner table, then at the front door, then as you're leaving, then from the car, then like shouting from the road. It's something Pennsylvanians do. So we say goodbye a billion times. So, but I am going to leave on that note, guys, and hopefully we will have that video scheduled for Monday, and we will be back next week with a live stream of the sorts. I'm shooting for another Friday live stream. So, but in the event that something happens, we'll do a different type of live stream. But yeah, guys, I hope you have an amazing night. I love you all, and God bless.